The average Negro on the street, and it really doesn't matter if he's, whether he's on welfare, whether he's got a home, or whether he lives in the homelessness, or if he's not a part of the Ivy League pinch-nosed Negro class, he's a customer for the pinch-nosed Negro. What do I mean by that? Let me tell you what I mean by that. I just explained it to you a few moments ago. You see, the house Negro, the pinch-nosed Negroes, the Cornel West, Eddie Glaudes of the world, the Sharptons of the world, the Ben Crumps of the world, the Ben Jealous of the world, the Liz Gunderson of the world, all that crowd, all of them pinch-nosed Negroes, that the poor suffering Negro, and even some of the bourgeoisie Negroes, that we're their clients. They represent us. Oh, yeah. Not only our Sharpton has found out how to shake this tree, but, Eddie Glaudes learned how to shake it too. Cornel West. They go and represent us. Well, what are we going to do? Oh, look how awful that was. That was the ugliest thing I've ever seen in all my life. The way that police officer choked that man out there. That was murder, no doubt about it. What we gonna do as white people? We got to do something. They killed Breonna Taylor right there in her bedroom, post no-knock police, goes in and shoots the woman. What we gonna do? Ahmaud Arbery jogging down the street, shot by two men in a shotgun who look like typical rednecks, I swear to God. Just could convict them on the way they look. What we gonna do? Where we gonna stop? It's the year 2020. And we're 150 to nearly 200 years post-slavery, and still the black man is at the bottom. He's at the bottom of the totem pole. He's lower than the Hispanics. He's lower than the Asians. He's lower than the Chinese. He has less unemployment. He dies earlier. He fills up the jails. What we gonna do to raise the black man? It's been 170 years since slavery. What we gonna do? We white people. What we good white people? What we good-hearted, no racist bone in my body, some of my best friends are black. What we gonna do to help the black man? Call Cornel West. Oh, well, he's a Negro. Call Eddie Glaude. Oh, call Ben Jealous. Oh, call him and call Liz Gunderson here. Call them in, and y'all please tell us what to do. Y'all please, because we want to stop the suffering. It's been too many years that the black man is suffering. What we going to do? Can y'all, Liz Gunderson, can you tell me what to do? Cornel West, and by the way, I'm calling their name, but there are a whole bunch of others. There's a whole list of them. House Negroes. I call them pinch-nosed Negroes. So they get on the camera, the television, here they go, they talk just like the white man. And the white people are very comfortable with them. Don Lemon. They're very comfortable with them because they know they're not going to say anything. They ain't going to say anything that sounds like truth. And the truth that they're going to tell is that the black man is his own problem. He need to check himself out. He need to look at, this is a blaspheming lying monkeys called Black Lives Matter. They didn't march for that young girl that was shot down in the park. These Black Lives Matter monkeys, they didn't march for that young girl that was shot down in mama's backseat car seat. They didn't march for the 4,000 young black men that were shot down, 30 and 40 and 50 of them on a weekend in Chicago at Dallas. They didn't hold one damn march. What a lie! What a lie! You're blaspheming, lying monkeys. You're not Black Lives Matter. What a lie! Now you got white people talking about Black Lives Matter. I've never seen anything like it. Black Lives Matter don't even matter to black people. Why should they matter to police officers? And that's the truth. You ain't gonna hear nobody say nothing like that. No, not these house Negroes. We're their clients. Well, I'm not. But, they represent you. That's what they call, and some of the politicians as well. They call them. I think that it's important that we understand something about the psyche of the pinch-nosed Negro. He is living good. He's got a seat at Harvard, or he is a teacher and a professor at Princeton, or Michael Eric Dyson. He's got a seat at Georgetown. These boys are living good. Living around white people. I doubt they're becoming contact with black people, except for a couple of black students every night. They're living good. $250,000 a year salary, housing allowances. These boys are living good. That whole black people keep doing bad, so they'll keep being called. It's like the doctor makes everybody well, and he ain't gonna have no patience. Somebody got to get sick somewhere, you know. So these boys, and Michael Eric Dyson, I haven't named him, but he's another one. Yes. We're their clients. Y'all are not me. And then the other thing is that Obama has done, he's made same-sex marriage the order of the day. So right now, out on our announcement board, I've got this statement out there: if Malcolm, Mandela, and Martin, the three M's, were alive today, these LGBTQ people will call them hate preachers. That's right. They would. They say Malcolm is a hate preacher, because there ain't no way in hell Malcolm X is going to ever stand and watch two Muslim men marry one another. They ain't going to. I don't care whatever else happens. That ain't going to happen. No, sir. And Nelson Mandela, you better not talk about, they will actually arrest you and kill you in most African nations. If you even talk about, you get caught kissing another man, that's a death sentence. Mandela was a Zulu. No, There ain't no way the Zulus would allow Nelson Mandela to change the Congress of South Africa into same-sex marriages or support anybody that brings it. No, he wouldn't do it either. Martin King wrote an article in 1964 and then touted Ebony magazine that homosexuality was a psychological disorder. And not just that. So all of these young people who don't know Malcolm, they don't know Mandela, they don't know Martin. These people in the street, they heard about them, they don't know them. They've read about them and they've exalted them. But if Martin, Mandela, and Malcolm had an opportunity to speak today, they would condemn this blasphemous man with me. They'd condemn it in the strongest terms. And they'd be running for cover, all these little white girls, these little white boys, these little sissy white black boys, and they'd be running, these black girls sucking on another woman's titties. They'd be running for cover for Malcolm. They'd be running for cover for Mandela. They'd be running for cover from three of the men that many of you in historically account as some of the greatest leaders of the Negro people. They'd condemn you. They would. They're not here, but I am. And I think there's one other thing that we need to be mindful of as well, that Black Lives Matter. Some of y'all don't remember, and I don't know. Today I was trying to figure out, where'd y'all go to school, most of y'all? Because you don't seem like you have very much of an education. You didn't have to live in this period, but my God, who educated y'all? Because, Dr. King ousted Rap Brown. Burn, baby, burn. Remember Rap? Remember that? You see the Black Lives Matter out there now. Hell, you ain't the first one that did that. Burn, baby, burn. Rap Brown, dark sunglasses and a beret on. Burn, baby, burn. And then here comes Stokely Carmichael. They were partners in crime. Black power, Ngawa. That clenched fist, that comes from 50, 60 years ago. Y'all out there in the street now think you're something. It's a damn joke. But Martin King said, no, we ain't gonna burn, baby, burn. They tried to get Carmichael, Stokely Carmichael, to unite his SNAP movement, or SNCC movement, with Dr. King. And King said, no, it's going to be nonviolent. And I'm not a nonviolent man myself. I don't care what you say. I believe in an eye for an eye. And I believe if you take my eye, I'm going to take your eye and your ear. But that to me. But King was nonviolent. And Rap Brown was burn, baby. Rap Brown was the first one who chanted, burn the neighborhood down. Burn it down. Burn, baby, burn. It's powerful. White folk, Dick Cavett, Ed Sullivan, they didn't know what the hell to do with these boys. Black power! That clenched fist, then they put a black glove on it. And then a whole lot of them two of them got up. Colin Kaepernick, maybe you ought to add that black power thing to him, but He and Rap Brown, then 4 or 5 of them did it. Next thing you know, you got a group called the damn Black Panthers. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. A panther. You know what a panther is? I grew up in Panthers Ford, North Carolina. Panthers are particularly acute to North Carolina wildlife. Michael Jordan played for the North Carolina Panthers at Duke University. The Panthers, they're black, they're sleek, they're not as big as lions. They're a little smaller, but they're more agile, they're faster, and they're quick. And because they're always a jet black. You've never seen a white panther. You've never seen a black panther with one white hair on them. These panthers, they're stealth. Cats have beautiful moves anyway. If you ever see a cat move, they are extraordinary. And a panther, they can pause so that they just disappear until the prey thinks they're gone. And then they pounce. And there's a group that rose up in America, in Chicago, Obama's territory, called the Black Panthers. And that was a vicious name, more vicious. I'd rather deal with lions in Africa and tigers in India than deal with a Black Panther. But I grew up with them in North Carolina. In fact, I grew up in a town that these white boys named Panthers Ford, North Carolina. And because they were so vicious, the Duke University named their basketball team the North Carolina Panthers. But King rejected all of that. And he would reject Black Lives Matter or blaspheming lying monkeys today. He would reject them. Ain't no doubt about it. Nah, he wouldn't. And he would reject Beyonce. Can you imagine Malcolm approving of Beyonce, shaking her booty and grabbing her twat? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Malcolm approving that? Or Mandela approving that and JC fanning it like it's on fire? Hey boys, my wife's stuff is burning up. Fanning that stuff for her. She got her legs gapped over, he fanning it. Can you imagine Malcolm and Mandela and Martin approving of that to where you people have sank as a people, calling yourselves black, sick? You ought to be put in jail for the rest of your lives. Never allowed to go out on your woman and you're up there fanning with a fan over her, you know what. The whole world can see you got it gap wide open and you fanning it. What level of debauchery have you people fallen? What hole have y'all fallen into? Now you want to get out in the street and march. Talking about your life is important. Never seen anything like y'all. This LGBT stuff is the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's sick. It's sick. You are a social piranha. You are a despicable person. These LGBTQ freaks. You're hated by God. Fred Phelps was right. Yes, he was. He used to put those signs out there about who God hates. He was right out there in Indiana. No, it is a despicable behavior lifestyle. And Obama has lifted it up out of the toilet and put a crown on it and set it in the king's chair and said, all of us go out and worship except me. I don't go down that way. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.